to the doctor's office right now. This is for my follow-up gynecological visit. I haven't been since November 2017. This is a uterine fibroid visit. Before I started the Hope Beyond Fibroids program, my nutritional coach told everyone in the group that we were to go to the gynecologist and just, get a report card of where we were, how big our uterus was, our estrogen levels, progesterone levels, and the overall size of our fibroids and how many, just so we'll know where we started and know how much progress we may have made while in the program. So I'm on my way to, I did that. That visit was November 2017, and now I'm getting ready to go to the doctor's office again. It is June the 11th. Today is June the 11th, 2018, and I have been following the Hope Beyond Fibroids nutritional plan for about 6 months now. So for 6 months, I haven't eaten any meat. I have not followed it perfectly, 100% perfectly. I haven't eaten any meats. Hardly any dairy. I snuck some dairy in there, but not a lot at all, I promise. You guys I'll post all of this stuff. I'll post everything I've eaten and everything I've done so far. You guys will know about it. I'll post everything so you'll know. So from January the 1st, 2018 until now, every day I documented everything. I documented the stress I was under, some of the things that have been stressing me out that I didn't realize were stressing me out, some of the things I've been holding on to that I didn't realize I was holding on to, because all of these things weigh so heavily on you and it contributes to your fibroids. And I didn't know that. I didn't know it contribute to my uterine health, to hold on to a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative emotions. So I've just been healing from all of that. This journey is it's more than about food. It's about your overall health. Anyway, we'll get into that later. Right now I'm headed to the doctor's office, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. I want to bring you along with me like I did last time. In a way, I'm looking forward to it because I want to see the results. And in a way, I'm dreading it because I just wanted to invite you along with me for the ride so you can see what I'm about to endure, and just come along for the journey. I'll see you guys in there. I'm in the doctor's office. I think this is the first time I've ever been in the doctor's office and actually feeling a little bit hopeful. Go figure. This room looks familiar. Yes, it does. Okay, you guys, I am back in here, and like I said out there, I was in the waiting room and actually feeling hopeful in the waiting room. I've had some Hope sisters who went to their follow-up gynecological visit, and I don't know, their doctors didn't seem to give them the best follow-up report, but I don't know if this is going to be the same with my doctor or not, but I'm going to tell my doctor that I need a ultrasound, and so I can measure the size, location, whatever of these fibroids, if they're still there. So I'll keep you guys posted. Dr. Givens,
how are you?
Fine. Got my trusty camera again.
Yeah.
But I won't. Don't worry.
It's all good. So, what has been going on?
I was just coming in to check the status of my uterus. I've been changing my diet.
Okay.
And I was just wondering how I'm progressing. And I wanted to know also where they were. The report I got last time didn't indicate where they were located.
Okay.
And how many of them were there?
I will look at that just as... So tell me about your dietary changes. What have you done?
I cut out meat completely.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's been 6 months since I've eaten. Yeah, about 6 months since I've eaten meats.
Okay.
No cheese. Dairy, cut that out as well.
Wow.
and just eat more fruit, raw fruit and veggies, and also eating things like quinoa and less inflammatory foods such as lentils, beans. So just basically changing my diet that way.
Did your weight change at all?
I think I gained weight.
I was gonna say you didn't have a whole lot of room to lose anything.
No, actually it did, because I did a detox as well. It was a very intense detox, 14-day water fast.
Oh goodness.
For me, yes. So I came out of it about 95 pounds, but I gained it all back and more.
How did you function after 14
Coconut
days?
water. During the 14 days, coconut water. Once you start to feel faint, it brings you back and replenishes you. But after the 14-day, I tell you, I've been constipated since I was a child. If I had a bowel movement twice in a week, I was happy. That's how constipated I was. But now I go every day.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool.
Wow, excellent. That's very good.
I know.
2 large ones.
Oh, that's how many there were, 2?
That is what, yes.
What it showed. Were you guys able to see more, or that's what it...
That's what I'm going to pull up and make sure before I tell you for 100% sure.
Okay.
Looks like one of them was 7.2 centimeters, which is,
oh my gosh.
They're big.
That was the largest one? That wasn't even the largest one, was it?
So, I want to say it was. Let me see. So the whole uterus was 13.6 centimeters. That includes the fibroids, and that's its length. That's about 13 centimeters. So the whole uterus was about like that. Normally it's about like a walnut. So it's definitely enlarged.
Wow. So it was about the size of
I wouldn't say
a papaya. Maybe. No,
yeah,
like a papaya.
Yeah, at least. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit bigger.
Almost like a squash. One of those big
butternut
squash.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest one? Oh, you're looking.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the pictures again to make sure that... Yeah, no, it wasn't the big one. The big one was 16 centimeters. Because there's not a whole lot of room to hide that either.
I didn't think so. Yeah, it's always like I can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there. It's definitely there.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
So your uterus itself goes up to, up to about there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of this is fibroid.
That
hard part.
The uterus goes to
a little bit under your belly button, sort of between your belly button and your pubic bone.
Oh yeah, I could definitely feel it myself because it's so large. So,
do you ever sleep on your stomach? Can you?
I don't think I can, but I've never slept on my stomach. It's not comfortable for me. It never has been. I'm more of a side sleeper.
All the way up to your ribs.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just. Yeah, so getting any of this out, if you did elect to have any of it out, it would probably make you feel different.
I bet it would.
But
differently.
Number one, you would have a whole lot of space in your belly. So
yeah.
I mean, your bowel would probably work a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because some of and bladder too, if you have any pressure.
Oh my goodness. It's actually gotten so much better. At one point, I couldn't go anywhere without going to the bathroom at least. I'm just constantly running back and forth to the bathroom. Well, that's not good.
It's gotten better. That's good.
But I'm still a little constipated, and I can feel it myself.
Yeah. It's and the size that these are, I mean, it's possible to remove just them and leave the uterus alone. It is, we always tell you there's a possibility that we would have to take everything if it didn't stop bleeding. That's
right.
always, that's always a possibility. Anytime we go in there to take the fibroids out. And anybody who didn't tell you that, anybody who said they could take the fibroids, definitely without a hysterectomy, is not giving you complete informed consent.
I understand.
Yeah. It's rare that we have to do something like that.
Yeah, I understand the possibilities there.
But, I mean, it honestly, I don't think it's growing.
Yeah.
But it's honestly one of those things that it depends on how much it bothers you in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You know, if it's getting to be something that is so bothersome that you want to go through something like surgery, which I mean is a huge decision.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Then we could definitely do something. There's also I'm sure we talked about the Lupron shot to shrink it.
No, I've never heard of that. What is it called?
Lupron.
Lupron.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's temporary. So typically we do that prior to surgery or prior to menopause.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So what does it do?
It basically will turn off your hormones for a short period of time.
Oh, so no estrogen, no
It blocks.
progesterone.
Yeah, it blocks everything so that the fibroids actually shrink.
How much would they shrink?
They could shrink a good amount. I mean, they could almost to half the volume potentially even in 6 months.
Whoa. How long would it be? I know you said it's temporary.
Yeah, and they would start growing as soon as the shot wore off. And what we do generally is either a 1 month shot or a 3 month shot. And if we do the 3 month shot, we generally will do 2 of those. And at 6 months, there's the risk of permanent bone loss, which is why we don't continue it typically past 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if somebody has really bad endometriosis or something that they really just can't live otherwise, then we can continue it, but at the risk of osteoporosis.
Oh my.
So
Yeah, we hadn't discussed that.
yeah, that's something. So if you did want something done about those, there's also.
It's an option for me.
Now you're thinking children at some point.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wouldn't think about, there's also something that you may hear about, the embolization, where they go and they, put the little substance in the vessels so that it basically kills off the fibroids.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
The problem is pregnancy after that, we just don't know how safe that is.
Really? Why is that?
Because it can weaken the wall of the uterus, is what we think. And anything that weakens that wall can cause basically the uterus to open as the baby grows, and that's not a good thing.
So
for sure. Miscarriages, surgical emergencies where baby and mom are both in jeopardy. I mean, it can be a bad situation.
Oh no, and that's with embolization.
That's with the embolization, right?
Wow.
Right. So typically, whenever you see the fertility docs, which a lot of folks do before, if they have fibroids like these, a lot of times, I would say most times, they're probably going to recommend having a myomectomy, which is taking the fibroids out.
Yeah. I know with the size of mine, would they be able, do you think they'd be able to do that without a hysterectomy? I know the hysterectomy is a possibility.
Right. And the larger the fibroids, the larger the possibility. But let me say, the way your fibroids are situated on your uterus, they're both at the top, One is at the left, one is on the very top.
Okay.
And the way they look, it may be just a matter of that they may have a little bitty connection to your uterus rather than being in the middle of your uterus.
Oh, I see.
So
So
that's
it'd be just a matter of snipping it and snipping it out.
And so, which is so much easier and much less risky.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think really, I really do that it's a possibility of doing the myomectomy.
Okay. It's definitely something to consider.
It's something to consider, yeah.
And
you would want that to heal for a year
okay.
before
Possibility of children.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Your ovaries looked perfectly normal back then.
Okay. Oh, they could actually see them at one point.
Good.
They couldn't see the ovaries.
Yeah, they actually found them. And your hormones were normal.
Okay.
So
What were my iron levels? Did they ever get that?
we got your hematocrit, which is different from your iron levels, but it's directly impacted by them.
Is that the red blood cell count?
We have your red blood cell count is completely normal. It was 4.5, which is completely normal.
Okay.
And your hematocrit was completely normal.
What's the hematocrit? What does it mean?
That and the hemoglobin measure the actual amount of oxygen that your blood can carry. So it's like the function of your red blood.
Okay.
And it was 37 and 12, which is perfect.
Okay.
So that's very good.
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just wondering, were they intramural, pedunculated?
And that's the pedunculated is what the very top one looked more pedunculated on the ultrasound. The left one might be intramural. It didn't look like it was all the way into the cavity though.
Okay. Could I still get an ultrasound today if possible, so I could see? Or
We can call down and find out what their schedule is.
okay.
Yeah, we could see. And then when you're down there, just get her to show you. You know, because either ultrasonographer should be able to just show you what she's measuring and where everything is. And
Okay.
yeah.
Good. Great. I just wanted to find out. Well, you told me where they were. I wanted to see what the ultrasound had to say about the location and,
Yep.
of course, how big they are. And,
You know, make sure they haven't grown.
right.
Right. We can work on that. Okay, let me get Felicia to call down there and find out, and we will come let you know.
All right. Thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, you heard it with your own ears. Everything that I've done so far, I don't know if my fibroids have shrank any. I do know that I can still feel them. She said up to my ribs, and if I press here, I can feel it starting right here, and my ribs are start like right here. So, but I can definitely feel a little bit shrinkage. If they were that big, then it's probably gonna take them a while to shrink, which I'm okay with. I may just have to go a little bit harder with my diet. So, I'll keep you posted. Downstairs so I can get my ultrasound. So, just come with me. All right, I'm just leaving the doctor's office. I just had my ultrasound, and last time they didn't find as many fibroids. I think she said I had 2 last time, but this time it looked like I had more, or maybe that technician wasn't as thorough as this technician was this time, because this technician, she was very thorough. She used the little whatever it is, want the camera, and really looked around in my abdomen, in my belly, to find fibroids. And I think she found several of them, but there were some really small ones, 2.5 centimeters. Some of them were about 4 centimeters. I think all in all, I maybe 5 she found, including a massive one, which she's saying is measuring 17.9 centimeters. Last time, I mean, I keep getting different measurements for the massive, the really big fibroid that I have. The first time I was diagnosed, which was in 2015, they said it measured, I think, 16 centimeters. And then that was in 2015 when I got diagnosed. And then this time, last November 2017, the technician told me it measured, I think, 16 centimeters, and now they're saying it's 17.9 centimeters, which is about 18 centimeters. So I'm not sure, the discrepancies or whatever, but even, I mean, it doesn't seem to be shrinking according to the ultrasound. It doesn't seem to be shrinking like it should. I need to know that. I need to know where it's located, if it's in the walls of my uterus, if it's inside the uterus itself where the baby grows, if it's pedunculated. I need to know if it's pushing against the lining of the uterus, which is inside of the muscles, which I think is intramural. And I think that's what she said that I have. They're intramural. Doesn't look like they're subserosal. Looks like it is intramural. So subserosal means that the fibroid is pushing outside of your uterus, and intramural means it's located within the uterine cavity, the uterine walls, and it's just pushing against the lining on the inside of the uterus where the baby grows, which probably makes it that much more difficult to get rid of. I could be down after this visit. I really could be. But I remember in church, they were saying once you go to the doctor and you get your news, then you praise him. You praise him because the enemy wants you down. He wants you to be down, and he wants you to feel like you have no hope. You have no way out. And I'm not as down as I was last time when I left here. Last time I had no hope. I had nowhere else to go. I had exhausted all options. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I had no hope. And when I mentioned last time in my last video that I was going to try something, I had one more option. That was the Hope Beyond Fibroids program, which I've now been doing for 6 months now. And, one thing I can say about it is that it does work. I don't care what that says. These fibroids have shrunk. My skin has gotten so much better. And I just feel better. I have more bowel movements now than I ever had before. I've been constipated since I was a child. But now I actually have bowel movements every day. And they're good sized bowel movements. And being on the Hope Beyond Fibroids, being in that program and following their nutritional plan, is broken me from a lot of my very bad and unhealthy eating habits. So that's helpful. So the program itself has been working. I just want to get a better picture of my fibroids and the size of them, the location of them. So I'm considering an MRI or a CAT scan just to see, my report card, just to see where I am. So I expect to get a call from my doctor letting me know exactly what the technician found. If not today, then probably by tomorrow. Typically, they're really quick about that. So that's it. That's everything. I am going to do some praising because I refuse to be down by this. I refuse to be beaten by this. I just won't. You will not have my joy, enemy. You will not. You will not. You absolutely will not. So I will keep you guys posted about everything. I will keep you guys posted about my journey. I will keep you guys posted about the doctor's appointments. I'll keep you posted about everything. That's it. See you later. Until next time.